concussion substitute or impact player? Is it international cricket or Indian Premier League? That's been the raging debate ever since Friday night due to only one reason: the use of concussion substitute by India, or rather, India being allowed to substitute Shivam Dube with Harshit Rana as a concussion substitute provision by match referee Javagal Srinath. It turned out to be quite a pivotal moment because Dube had, in fact, brought India back into the game with a superb 50. And uh, we all know that Harshit Rana can be a tear-away pace bowler. We have seen that during the IPL. It turned out to be quite a dramatic T20I debut for Harshit Rana, as his 3 wickets played a huge role in India sealing the series with a game to spare. But it's not about the series, it's about the rule or the possible misuse of the rule allegedly by India. England captain Josh Butler made it extremely clear that even though England did not have any role to play in India being allowed that concussion substitution, uh, it disagreed with the fact that Harshit Rana was allowed as Shivam Dube's concussion substitute.
It's not a like-for-like replacement. We don't agree with that. I think either Shivam Dube's put on about 25 mile an hour with the ball, or Harshit's really improved his batting.
Obviously, what does the rule state? Ever since concussion substitution has been allowed in cricket since 2019, the main requisite is whether the replacement player is a like for like in terms of role to be played in the remainder of the match for the player that has been concussed or feared to have been concussed during a game. As a result, match referee Javagal Srinath is obviously under the scanner because himself a tear-away fast bowler. No one needed to remind Srinath about the difference between the bowling styles and the bowling roles that both Dube and Harshit Rana have played in the last 12 months or so, or rather during most of their careers. Dube is primarily a medium pace bowler, and his medium pace has hardly been required while playing for India in T20 internationals, especially in the last 12 months. Rana, on the other hand, is predominantly a pacer who is touted as a useful batter lower down the order. So far, at least at the top level, it hasn't come to light in many ways. As a result, did Srinath favor India can be an argument that is being made by sections of cricket fans across the world. But let's take a break over here. Srinath is a neutral ICC match referee. He is a veteran when it comes to his role. And when concussion subs were introduced, one of the prerequisites or one of the premises on which the rule was introduced was it should actually help more and more teams protect their player safety, prioritize player safety over winning or losing a game. In that respect, match referees seldom reject a concussion substitution. But we cannot obviously ignore the fact that in this case, India did have Ramandeep Singh, quite a similar role that he can play with the ball, especially. Ramandeep would have been the ideal like for like substitution if Shivam Dube had to be replaced with. What happens then? Was it a first? Will it be the last time that such the concussion sub rule has been kind of misused or exploited by any of the teams? Since we are referring to India and the global cricket anyway surrounds around India, let me take you back to December 2020 in Australia when Ravindra Jadeja played a superb cameo, got hit on his helmet of toppage, and that was also incidentally in the last over of the innings. And when the chase began, Yuzvendra Chahal was allowed to be Ravindra Jadeja's substitution. It was again a similar case, that a genuine all-rounder being replaced with a predominant spinner, but at least it was touted that for the remainder of the match, it was a case of a spinner being replaced with a spinner. That also had raised quite a few eyebrows. just like what we are witnessing since Friday night. All said and done, for a change, the broadcaster would be happy because, in so many ways, although it's going through full houses, there is substantial viewership on television. Such bilateral series do lack context. Suddenly, it has brought the T20I series between India and England uh, into sort of a trending stuff. We can say that we would love to hear your take whether it was unfairly used or how it can be manipulated. I can only sense one thing. Perhaps it's time for the ICC to ensure that player safety is prioritized, but to direct, either formally or informally, all the match referees to be more stringent and to be more logical. If you can give them that leeway to start rejecting a concussion substitution and instead suggest another player who is on the bench, it may work much better, uh, considering the need for professional cricket to have the concussion sub rule in place. If ICC does not do it, then, like I said earlier, what we saw between about Shivam Dube and Harshit Rana will neither be the first nor will it be the last, and we'll have to keep talking about it in the days to come. That's it from me for now. You keep coming back to Sportstar for all the latest in the world of cricket and beyond. Thank you.